Well, I'm waiting.
All right, looks like we're live now.
We're live.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and call to order the meeting of the Jeffersonville Common Council. It is July the 20th, 2020, and I'm going to ask Mr. Ellis if you will lead us in an invocation, sir.
Yes, I will. Let us join together in prayer. Most gracious and loving God, we come once again seeking to do your will. Lord, we thank you for the many days of safety that you've given us. We thank you for protecting the members of our city, the workers, all of our different departments. And Lord, most of all, we just thank you for allowing us to be here this evening. Now guide our thoughts, guide our hearts, and guide our minds as we go about the business of your people. In the name of Jesus, amen.
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 All right, roll call, please.
Councilperson White,
Present.
Councilperson Burns,
Here.
Councilperson Harris,
Here.
Council Vice President Maples,
Here.
Councilperson Croft,
Here.
Councilperson Webb,
Here.
Council President Owen,
Here.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Here.
Councilperson Ellis.
Here.
Let the record reflect all council is present.
All right, and Mr. Croft and myself are here at City Hall, and everybody else is meeting virtually. We'll go on to minutes. We have minutes from the regular proceedings of July the 6th, 2020.
No changes. I'll make a motion approved. Second.
Motion, Mr. Maples, second, Mr. Burns. All those in favor, well, Ms. Gill.
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
All right, approval of the agenda. We need to table to our next meeting, number 13, the request of Mr. Merkley. Are there any other changes?
Make a motion to amend the agenda table number 12 or check number 13.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Maples and a second by Mr. Burns.
I think that was Webb.
Mr. Webb, second by
Yes.
Mr. Webb. Okay. All right. Hard to see everybody at once. Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris, Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second.
Matt, can we do that all in one, like on the last one, or do we need to make a motion to approve it as amended?
We'll have to have a motion as amended now. So I had the motion, Mr. Maples, second, Mr. Hawkins.
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Councilperson Maple,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
All right, claims to be approved. We have civil city claims in the amount of $2,169,529.99. Any changes, questions, or comments?
I have no changes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
A motion by Mr. Maples and a second by Mr. Burns to approve as presented.
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
And then parks claims in the amount of $131,161.39.
Yes, I have no changes.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Burns, second by Mr. Ellis. Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
Thank you.
All right. Report of the clerk. Ms. Gill, did you have anything to add?
No, just to be, for council to be on lookout for an email. I'm hoping to have our insurance premiums within this next week. So be on the lookout for that since we're doing budget worksheets. That's all I have.
Okay. We'll go straight into unfinished business, which is 2020 OR 32. This is an ordinance of additional appropriation. I don't think anything has changed since our last meeting, but there is a public hearing for this ordinance. This is going to include the additional payment for the police capital lease payment, as well as some of the other changes that we've already had this year. For this year. If you want to go
Yes,
ahead
this
and
is, this is noticed as a public hearing. Also, the notice pursuant to the COVID restrictions, the notice that was published indicated that individuals could submit comments prior to the hearing by email or in person, and also if they were going to appear to speak at the actual public hearing, to notify us in advance. It's my understanding we have not received any comments or requests for anyone to speak. However, I would ask that the public hearing be opened and also for an opportunity for someone to go downstairs to the council chambers to make sure that no one did appear for the hearing.
Unless if I can add
Okay.
and if I could just add for the record, the clerk's office did not receive any comments.
Okay. We'll go ahead and open a public hearing at this time. It has been noted that there's been no written comment submitted to the clerk's office. Mr. Croft did check downstairs just now, and nobody is presented downstairs. I do have one person here in the room. I just want to make sure that you weren't here to speak on this. Okay. Okay. Seeing that we have no public comment present or submitted in writing, I'll close the public hearing and open the floor for a motion.
Motion on the third and final to approve.
Second.
Motion by Mr. Maples and a second in person by Mr. Croft. Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
All right, new business. Len Ashak, this is going to be an ordinance amending and supplementing the amended and restated ordinance number 2019 OR 68. And
Yes, yes, thank you, President Owen. We have before you the draft ordinance that is mostly procedural because in 2017, we refinanced Build America bonds. And instead of having a debt service reserve account, our financial consultant and legal counsel at the time said we should get a surety bond. So there is a surety bond that covers the debt service for that bond. And in 2019, when we closed on the SRF loan, our new bond counsel, which is Ice Miller, didn't know that the previous bond counsel recommended we go with a surety bond. So all this ordinance does is clarifies there's two debt service accounts. One is a surety bond for the 2017 bonds, and the debt service reserve account, which covers all the other bonds that the sewer board has outstanding. So it's just procedural, doesn't change anything in the ordinance except recognizes both debt service reserve accounts. So if there's any questions, you feel free to ask.
questions or comments from the members? Is there a motion?
I move that we pass this ordinance on the first and second reading.
Good.
Second.
The motion, Mr. Ellis, and a second. Is that Mr. Maples?
Yes, I apologize. My dog decided to bark.
All right, Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris, sorry.
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
Okay. Next, we have Delane
Thank you very
Rutherford,
much.
resolution. Thank you. We have Delane Rutherford, resolution for COVID-19 response program grant from the Indiana Office of Community and Rural Affairs.
Yeah,
Ms. Rutherford?
it's basically the same grant that we did last time that it wasn't competitive last time. This one is. It will be $250,000 if awarded, and they are allowing us to use the funding that you all committed and already gave out for $180,000 through One SI as our match money. And I just needed approval to apply for it and stating that you are allowing that money to have been applied towards the match, and that's it.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2020R. What is the
No, it's resolution 8.
8? Okay, that's what I was asking you.
Second.
The motion by Mr. Burns and a second by Mr. Maples. Anything further? Okay, Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
Stick around.
Thank you.
Thank you. Number 12, Les Merkley, this is going to be resolution number 9, I presume. Resolution amending an agreement between Jeffrey Development and the School Board of Trustees and the Common Council. I think you're still muted.
Hold on. A few years ago, if you recall, the property that was the former Clark County auto auction on 10th Street was purchased by the school corporation and is now owned by the school corporation, and it houses the Federal Education Center. As part of the agreement that redevelopment and the city council signed off on that agreement as well, the agreement was that the school corporation would receive 10% of the TIF revenues collected in the expanded TIF area right around I-265 in the Gobble Parkway area. As a part of that agreement, in exchange, the school corporation agreed that they would not use the property, which is now the Federal Education Center, for a bus depot, basically to park buses there, because at one time that was a proposal. As you may or may not be aware, the current bus depot located, I believe, off Thomas Bryant Avenue, between Thomas Bryant Avenue and 10th Street, is beginning a major renovation, basically a rebuild. And at some point, they're going to be unable to park buses there. And the administration has had discussions with the school corporation and the superintendent to allow them to park some buses temporarily while that construction goes on. Those buses to be parked at the Federal. I believe the number is no more than 35. It's in the agreement, and it goes through December 1st. Parameters and requirements as to the parking of those buses. And if you'll have a resolution in your packet, and also you will have the actual amended agreement, and it will be amended to allow the buses to be parked on the property, which is 1613 East 10th Street. And if you go to the under paragraph 5D, sets forth the parameters, which would be no later than July 29th. The buses would be parked and ending on or before December 1st. The school corporation would be permitted to park a maximum number of 35 buses on the property, and all of them must use the 10th Street entrance and exit. And we've also agreed that there'll be no places assistance necessary with the arrivals or departures into the property. Also, the buses shall not turn west onto 10th Street when leaving the property. And then also, the buses will be parked east-west to avoid headlights. And I'm told that I'm possibly getting out on the internet. Is everyone hearing me, or is it just? So you have in front of you a resolution. What's that, Steve?
I heard about half of that. I don't know about anybody else.
All right, hold on here a second. I'll fix this. Hold on.
Larry, a question for you while Les is fixing his technical difficulties.
Sir.
I remember when this, when I was first on the council, I abstained from voting because Greater Clark was my employer and they were the petitioner. On this resolution, are they considered a petitioner? My expectation is this passes, but are they considered the petitioner in this case, or should I be voting on this?
I would suggest that it's an amendment to an agreement that is already passed. So your vote is not going to eradicate the agreement. Your vote would be to it or not. I don't believe that that you are precluded from voting on this amendment. However, with all due respect to the clerk, I would ask that you call client Mr. Hawkins' name last when you do it.
I'm sorry, you faded out. Calling what?
Call him last when you do the roll call.
Okay, will do.
If you would
Will
make me
do.
second to last, because I abstained on the first vote also, due to some employment issues with the previous owner. So if it ratifies the original, I'm gonna have to abstain also.
Okay,
So basically, you're allowing us up to 35 buses to be parked at this property up through December 1st.
And Mr. Merkley, is it the proclivity of the operation to feel like it's a reasonable modification of this interlocal agreement?
Yes, and obviously this still has to be approved by the redevelopment commission. They meet next Wednesday. You would adopt the resolution tonight, amending it, and then President Owen could sign it, and then obviously it still needs to be signed by the other entities to be final and official.
And I'm to understand that upon completion, this agreement reverts back to the limitation
Yes,
of the bus.
yes.
For my clients, this is a very short-term issue. It's addressed the problem that exists right now, modifying an agreement that Mr. Hawkins on, rightfully so, when it was an issue of the word at the time. So I don't believe, and you choose, but I don't believe if you choose not to abstain that anything about considerations.
Okay, thanks, Larry. And you also are cutting in and out a little bit, but I would like to urge my fellow council people to vote for this. Don't take my wanting to abstain potentially as being against it. I'm totally for this, and I hope it passes and everybody supports it. And just don't let it get to me, so I have to be a deciding vote. Okay, go on.
Les,
Yes.
this property was donated, was it not? Because it was a hot topic about 4 years ago on the sale of it, but then it was donated to the school corporation. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, that's correct.
Okay. But there was never a sale. Was it just a donation, correct?
I believe it was a complete donation between the Fetters and the school corporation. They let you know that, obviously the school has more than 35 buses. They're going to be parking those other buses elsewhere. So.
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve resolution number 2020 R9.
Second.
Is it 9? Is that right, Matt?
There's a motion by Mr.
that's correct.
Okay.
Motion by Mr. Burns, second by Mr. Webb, I believe. Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis, sorry, Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Abstain.
and Councilperson Hawkins,
Will abstain as well. Thank you.
7-0.
Motion passes. We'll move on. We've tabled number 13 until our next meeting. Number 14 is Heather Metcalf, 2020 OR. This 34, an ordinance of additional appropriation.
Yes, I had to change my microphone. Can you all hear me? Okay.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
The next two items are pertain to the same thing, and Chad Reichel's on here to explain a little bit. But the first one is the additional appropriation for $4,600 from the Planning and Placemaking Fund for professional services. That's appropriating cash that already exists in that fund. And then we have a transfer for your next item from improvements to professional services for $8,000. So Chad, I don't know if you want to
And
explain.
Heather, that,
Oh, sure, Heather. Gentlemen of the council, the The first item, the appropriation, is money that the planning department received specifically from the Urban Enterprise Zone and from the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana. Those checks were deposited into our account, and we are asking to reappropriate those funds for a tree planting program that I am proposing later this fall. Been working with Louisville Grows for about a year now, trying to get them to do their first planting on this side of the river. So we are putting together some funds that I have in my fee and lieu money in my account, as well as some funds from the UEZ and the Community Foundation of Southern Indiana to make this a reality. The trees that we're looking to plant, probably about 100 at this point in time, are going to be sort of in some of our what we'll call Central Jeff, Midtown neighborhoods, in and around Lottie Oglesby Park, Rolling Fields neighborhood, and in part of the UEZ nearest the View Middle School and the Whirly Ball Field.
Any questions from any of the members? Or motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, Mr. Maples, and a second from Mr. Hawkins to approve 2020 OR 34 on the first and second reading. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right, Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
Okay, and then next is ordinance 2020 OR 35, which, as Heather explained, is a transfer ordinance within the same department for the same purpose, I believe. Anything to add, Chad?
No.
So
Your
moved.
motion?
I make a motion to approve.
Second.
Fine. I think Mr. White came in with a motion on the first and second. I'll take Mr. Croft for a second. Ms. Gill?
Councilperson White,
Aye.
Councilperson Burns,
Aye.
Councilperson Paris,
Aye.
Council Vice President Maples,
Aye.
Councilperson Croft,
Aye.
Councilperson Webb,
Aye.
Council President Owen,
Aye.
Councilperson Hawkins,
Aye.
Councilperson Ellis,
Aye.
9-0.
Thank you all.
Thank you. Attorney comments, Mr. Wilder, anything to add?
I have none. Thank you very much.
Did I just hear Larry Wilder not have a
Ms.
comment?
Merkley?
Sorry.
Threw me off too.
Been in his house too
Merkley,
long.
did you have anything to add?
No comment.
All right. Are there any department heads who'd like to speak on anything else? Ms. Metcalf,
I'm good, thanks.
Mr. Reichel?
I'm good.
Okay, I didn't miss anybody. All right. Council comment, Mr. White,
No comment.
Mr. Burns?
No
Mr.
comment.
Burns, did you have nothing? Okay. Mr.
Wake up, Bill.
Harris?
No comment.
Mr. Maples?
No comment.
Mr. Croft?
No comment.
Mr. Webb?
No comment.
Mr. Ellis?
Yes, I do have a comment. it seems like I opened a can of worms this week when I put on social media about removing the statue of Thomas Jefferson in Water Park. I have had numerous comments, and it seems like the majority of the comments have been negative towards removing that statue. I've had very few comments from the African American community. Of course, those that I did have from the African American community favored removing that statue. I'm gonna just continue to monitor Facebook and see what kind of comments I continue to get, but I have no recommendations as to what we should do with it, and I will continue to look at the comments that come, and I think the best thing that I could do was send the proposal or anything that comes my way over to Lesmer. That's all I have.
Thank you, Mr. Ellis. Mr. Hawkins?
Two quick things. One, and this seems rather trivial given the gravity of things we've been facing as a city, but every time I drive by, it irritates me. Several years ago, Nathan Samuel brought up, a former councilman, of course you guys remember him, the dead trees that are along highways, our main corridor on 10th Street, and now even the new area by the new Kroger. I'm just going to take an axe myself at some point and do something about these, because that just really makes it look like you can't even take care of why are we growing more and doing more if we're not taking care of what we already had in place. So I know that it's not on anybody's radar anymore because granted the situation that we have, but if we could get somebody to kind of put that on the radar a little bit, that would certainly make me happy. And then the second thing, Greater Clark County Schools, we go back, teachers' first day is Friday, and then the kids go back to school. I know there is still a ton of kind of misinformation and confusion by people. I get contacted constantly. I don't know any of the answers about what school is doing, but people think I do, so they call me. Greater Clark County's website is still giving options. You should have already signed up for them, but they have a virtual school or an in-person. Everybody needs to be patient. This is going to be craziness at the beginning of the school year, and you just need to accept that and know that everybody's doing, Mark Loeffner, all the way from the superintendent down, everybody's doing their best. And their website has many of the answers that I've been getting questions to about. So just maybe everybody say a little prayer for all the teachers and students that are going back to school, because we don't know what the hell we're getting ourselves into. And that is all I got.
All right.
Matt?
I've got nothing to add.
Matt?
Yes.
Can you hear me? I'd like to follow up with what Scott just said. I would be interested in exploring that with you, Scott. I don't know if you would be amenable to what I'm about to say, but if you are, let's have further discussions. Larry, if you can look into seeing if we can develop some kind of ordinance that if somebody has a dead tree, then maybe we could do some cost sharing and getting that turned down and planting new ones. I don't know if it's legal because it's private property or what, but.
It's my understanding we already have an ordinance and code enforcement will enforce it for dead trees. You can't have a dead tree on your property within the city of Jeffersonville. So if you call Larry, it's not Bing, I can't think of the other, and then a lady that works in that department takes care of that side of the road.
To Dustin, to answer your question and to address Bill, I would be for even upgrading that, whatever we do have. And the ones that I'm talking about are actually in medians. These are owned by the city that are dead. So let's take care of that before we start ordering private people to take care of their dead trees. It seems incumbent upon us to take care of our own stuff. But I'm with you, Dustin, on this. We can, if we need to get together, we can.
All right.
Mr. Hawkins, I'll try and get together with Tim over in the green space, and let's see if he and I can't get around to taking care of those.
Sure. And again, Chad, I'd like to reiterate, I know a dead tree right now maybe not be a priority. I understand, but we'll get to it when we can.
Yeah, I know. Every time I drive by, I sort of say the same thing. Like, these probably either shouldn't have been planted here, or we need to do something to take care of them better.
Yeah. All right.
When were they planted?
The ones that I'm referring to were before I was on the council, when apparently Jeffersonville received a grant to beautify part of 10th Street. There's already been one or two removed. One was hit by a car. There's one that doesn't have a leaf on it. I don't know. I can send you some. Next time I go through, I'll stop my car on the side of the road and take pictures and then send them to you.
Most of the offending trees were planted at the same, right after we finished the upgrade to the road there. They were planted right before we had that drought last fall, which is probably why most of them didn't make it.
Well, I'm trying to get timing, because if these are under warranty, there's a possibility they're under warranty.
I apologize for starting this can of worms in a meeting where we're all trying to be done. But yeah, the trees I'm talking about are in front of, say, what is there? There's Jet's Pizza. There's, I think, 2 dead trees in the median there. And then there's other dead trees up by the Kroger. Those all might be dead, and those should probably still be. I'll put a little list together. I'll send it to you so everybody can go.
And some of those trees date back to the debacle of the 10th Street medians going back 8 or 10 years ago. So
that's right.
Yeah, that predated this administration, but we'll solve that problem as well.
That's right. Solving the world's problems. Well, it's up the big ones, like a dead tree. Thanks, Les.
Yeah.
Anything else? Motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Motion, Mr. Burns, second, Mr. Michaels. We're adjourned. Thank you all.
Good night.
Thanks, Scott.
Gentlemen, be safe.
Sir?
We do have some time to just do a really quick interview.